Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here, and bam bam bam! Guess what? I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and do a game review on a little game for iOS and Android that's been taking a lot, and I mean a lot of my time lately. Now ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Nimble Games proudly brings to you, in association with Disney Games and LucasArts, the undefeated, the undisputed, the uncanny world champion of wasting time, Tiny Death Star! A little too much, huh? Yeah, that was a little too much, but today we are talking Tiny Death Star, and picture this. Picture The Sims, Tiny Tower, and Star Wars all went to a bar and got Super Smash Brothers crazy drunk, alright? They black out, they end up at their place, and some freaky stuff goes on. And 9 months later, out comes Tiny Death Star.
So the whole point of the game is to help Emperor Palpatine, as we see here, go ahead and build up his fledgling little Death Star via his little Imperial workers or citizens, or in the game, known as Bittisons. Now you go ahead and do this by building levels, getting people to move into the Death Star, and then building businesses which in turn produce that cash money that you can go ahead and spend on building another level. You have some really cool options in the game in terms of how you build the Death Star. You can build anywhere from residential levels, which we see over here, like the Kyros apartments, to recreation levels, which I need to stock up actually, right here at the very top, the Moncala Aquarium and the Numodian food. And also, you can go ahead and build Imperial levels, which are located at the bottom, which you can go ahead and press on, and you can go ahead and spend your Imperial credits and summon an Imperial worker to go ahead and do work in that section. Now, the game also features some depth to it as well, as you can do some zany little side missions via Emperor Palpatine. As you can see here, he's telling me to go ahead and find him some Rebel spies, and I go ahead and get an $800 cash reward, or I can skip them using my precious Imperial dollars, which I will not do because that took me forever to go ahead and get, and I want to get that dang elevator upgrade, so I'm not going to do that. So while we're on the topic of Bittisons, like I mentioned, they have abilities in which you can pick and choose which level you want to assign them to, in order to the strengths they have in that certain category. Some categories are recreation, some categories are food. They're all different, and each character in the game has a different strength. They also have a dream job, like I mentioned before, that you can assign them as well. Once you place that Bittison in their dream job or their dream location, it gives them a little star here in the corner. And in theory, it makes them stock and order items faster on that level and not want to join the Rebel Alliance. Each citizen has a number ranking in each job category, and you want to pick those who are strongest in those areas for specific jobs. Now, after putting in some much harder time in the game, you're probably going to get to a point in which it's extremely hard to upgrade your damn elevator, like I mentioned before, in which you can do either two things: calmly wait for special missions that pay you Imperial dollars, or you can fork over your real cash and purchase these directly. Yeah, that option's not so fun because you actually got to spend real money. And as you can see here, there's an option for $99 for 2,000 Imperial bucks. It's a lot of Imperial bucks, but not going to spend $100 on a game to get fake Imperial bucks. Sorry, we're in a recession, not down.
So overall, looking at this game and factoring everything I just went through, I'm going to give this game a 3 out of 5 score. Now, I say that for a few reasons. One, the game's simple. Anybody can go in and pick it up. Anybody can play around with it and not really get too angry and slam their phone on the ground because of how hard the game is. Yeah, it takes some time. That's my biggest gripe with it, is this game takes forever to play if you're not buying your Imperial dollars. But you can pick it up. It's easy to go through. You can customize the levels. You can customize your Bittisons. So it offers a depth that you won't find in a lot of other games as well. Now, if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, it fulfills what you want to see in a Star Wars games. You get characters that we all love, and we get to see them dressed up in weird costumes, and we get these little cutscenes in the game as well. So on that part, for me personally, it fulfills that void that I want fulfilled in a Star Wars game. Whether or not you're a Star Wars fan, this game is fun to play. It'll take a lot of your time, but it's fun to play. And really anyone can pick it up and play it while they're in their car during traffic, which now that I think of it is not a good idea. Do not go on your phone while you're in the car in traffic. Some very bad things can happen. But when you're in the bathroom, taking those long, thoughtful dumps, go ahead and play Tiny Death Star. That's the one thing I do with it. So there you go. Keep it right here at Fight Up TV. We got more stuff coming your way in terms of game reviews. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at @MeYamoMarcos, at It's Marcos Villegas on Instagram, and of course follow us on Fight Up TV. Subscribe up here to the little button that will appear in about 2 to 3 seconds. And of course look for us. We're going to have a lot more stuff coming your way. Here in Fullerton, closing shop, going to wish you guys a goodbye and a farewell.